What's going on, guys? So in this video, we're going to be discussing what I feel is 10 summer fragrances that every guy should have. It doesn't 100% have to be these fragrances. Obviously, these are just my personal recommendations for some really solid summer essential, easy slide into your summer rotation type of fragrances that everybody can enjoy, that serve, versatile purposes and very specific purposes at the same time. There's a little bit of this and that, technically. Some all-time classics, some newer stuff, some blue fragrances, some super freshies. Kind of a little bit of everything that really encapsulates what makes a great summer fragrance wardrobe, in my opinion, of course. I want to talk to you about these 10, so stay tuned. Starting with one that I've kind of dubbed the super blue, technically, because you can't help but think the color blue when you smell it, that's for sure, because it's so aquatic. It's got unique synthetics for this specific fragrance. I mean, aside from the bottle being the color blue, it is the ever so popular Acqua di Gio Profondo from Giorgio Armani. That'd be great if it would focus, wouldn't it? It wants to focus on everything behind me. There we go. Look at that beautiful frosted blue glass. This is a beautiful fragrance that performs really well for what it is. I've said it many times before that if Acqua di Gio was a brand new fragrance, this would be the first in the line, in my opinion. It's a modern day blue synthetic that's super mass appealing, crowd pleaser. It has a lot of versatility, though very aquatic and oceanic. It's still very versatile. This is one that can be worn year-round if you really like this style of fragrance, but I'll tell you what, in the summer months, it really shines because it's a do-it-all, because it's hot, round the clock, even at night, in most places, most areas of the country, it's going to be hot. Where I'm at, even at night, it's in the 70-plus degree range. Down on the Gulf Coast, it's in the 80s and 90s at night. Most times here in mid-July at the recording of this video, because this one's just going to work for everything, like I said before. I don't really have anything else to add that I haven't said before about this fragrance. This is definitely one that's sample-worthy. Get out to a department store that sells Giorgio Armani fragrances or any of the Acqua di Gio line. They'll have testers. Spray it on your skin, walk around, spend a little time with it. You're probably going to end up wanting a bottle because it's damn good, and it's the most must-have of all of them when it comes to your summer fragrance wardrobe, in my opinion. That is Acqua di Gio Profondo. Next, there's those super hot days when you're going to be outdoors and you need something light, airy, refreshing. Something along the lines of that beautiful ice-cold lemonade smell would probably do the trick, right? That's where fragrances like Choo Man Ice really shine. Not winning any performance awards. Great cap, great bottle design, beautiful sprayer, and a gorgeous scent profile. Has kind of that Dior Homme cologne type of scent profile without being one-to-one. Definitely has that ice-cold lemonade smell. It's very refreshing. It's more about this grapefruit lemon type of smell with this very fresh and woody vetiver. It's a light and airy scent. You can damn near bathe in this one. You're not going to offend anyone, but it'll cool you down in those super hot summer moments when you're outdoors having a little fun in the sun, or even when you're coming indoors and you need something that's a bit of a pick-me-up and to refresh with because you've been outside sweating. Fragrances like this have a spot in your summer fragrance wardrobe for just that. It's really good stuff. You can wear it anytime, obviously, but it shines most when you're just super hot and sweaty or going to be outdoors for a lot of different things. Like I said, it's one of the ultimate outdoor fragrances in the summer, in my opinion, because it's so fresh and airy. Don't expect much longevity out of it, though it will push off of the skin when you're heating up. Trust me. People will be able to smell you, especially in that first hour to 2 hours, if you're really putting it through the ringer of being out in the heat. Because this is one of those fragrances that really needs the heat beyond 30 minutes to really push off of your skin. It's a lovely smell. It really is. You can get this one pretty cheap still, too. Again, this Choo Man Ice. Citrus-dominant fragrances usually work pretty well when they're light, fresh, and airy. They usually work pretty well in high heat situations. And one of the better ones out there, one of the more iconic scents that this is kind of the poster child for the video. This is an essential for summertime. Every guy should have had this at some point. We're talking about Versace Man Eau Fraiche. So Beautiful fragrance. This is a 30 ml bottle. Always love the bottle design on this. Very replicated fragrance profile at this point. But it's so good. Has that sour carambola starfruit note, some other citruses, lemon, lemon grapefruit, orange. There's a little bit of a lot going on here. It's got this watery appeal without having any real aquatic notes. And it's also one that offers this little bit of a fresh, spicy tone and this clean musk in the dry down. This is super attractive. If you're looking for one that's going to pull you some positive attention, that your lady's probably going to really enjoy when you're out and about, you're having a day out in the summertime, this is a great fragrance for that. A great casual daytime scent that just works well in the heat. This stuff has such a great trail. It just smells really freaking good. You can get them for a pretty good price from discounters these days. It's not going to break the bank, and it's one of the quintessential summer fragrances for men for many, many years now. It's mega popular. Like I said, at some point, everybody should have had this fragrance, but it's one that's worth keeping in your rotation long term for the summer. Versace Man Eau Fraiche. Next, sometimes fragrances from yesteryear are just so timeless that they work in every situation, and one that some still hold close and dear to their heart, and then there's some that will give it the old man smell. It's usually the younger folks that'll say it smells like an old man, but we're talking about Davidoff Cool Water, the original. This is a timeless classic scent profile in my opinion. It'd be great if it would focus, right? I don't know why it doesn't want to focus all of a sudden tonight. Very strange. This is not my webcam either. This is my 4K camcorder. There we go. Very strange. The focus usually works a lot better than that. Beside the point, but this is one of those fragrances that's well recognized by many. A lot of different generations have enjoyed this because it's been around for several decades at this point. It has that fresh minty green aquatic C-note appeal to it. It's super mass appealing. Even after all the formulations it's been through, this is a relatively newer bottle. This bottle's maybe 2 years old, and it still performs pretty well. It's still every bit of a easy 6 hours of longevity on my skin. Pretty loud in the first hour to hour and a half, and it's very versatile. This is one of those fresh aquatic type of fragrances that has a little bit of a dressier appeal to it, even though it's fresh, very, very fresh because of the mintiness, and aquatic. There's an amalgamation of notes here, but at its most simplest form, it's minty green, fresh, and watery. Oceanic, it's woody, there's a little bit of floral tones in the backdrop, there's a light green appeal even after the mint calms down. It's very recognizable, and it's very enjoyable and very versatile. That's the main key point here, is it's versatile and it's cheap. 4.2 ounce bottles like this, $20 in most places that you'll find it, whether it's a discounter online or a rack store. You can get a bottle of cool water, a big bottle of cool water, for a really good price, and it's going to work pretty much for everything in the summer. Honest to God, even to this day, my little brother, he's my younger brother, but he's 30, 31 actually. This is still his signature scent to this day. He's been wearing this since he was a teenager. Some people, they find that one fragrance and they roll with it, and for a lot of people, cool water is that fragrance. Definitely a summer essential, one that everybody should have at some point in their summer wardrobe, and there's never a better time than the present, so why not summer 2022? To finally add it to your fragrance wardrobe for the summer. The original Davidoff Cool Water. This is cheaper than its intense flanker, which some of you may have thought I would feature here. It's more widely available, and it's better known, honestly. The average consumer has probably had a bottle of this a time or two, and or still wears this all the time in the summer. We're talking about Dolce Gabbana Light Blue pour Homme. This is my little 40 ml bottle. Eventually I'll get a bigger bottle. I've had bigger bottles in the past. This is a timeless classic fresh fragrance for the summer. It's got this beautiful citrus smell up top. It's a little peppery spiced. There's an incense note. It's got an aquatic appeal. This is beautiful. Massive compliment getter in my experience over the years. And you can get 4.2 ounce bottles for $40-ish from discounters online. And this is one that I can assure you, people around you are going to like the way you smell. Like I said, this is a timeless scent profile. I want to say it's '05 that this one came out. This was one of those pivotal fragrances for me along my personal fragrance journey. This is one that I fell in love with from the very first time I smelled it the year it released. My uncle got a gift set. That was the first time I smelled it. I fell in love with it, smelling it on him. Stole sprays from his bottle every time I would visit until I got my own gift set that Christmas. This stuff is nostalgic for me as well as, like I said, very pivotal. This is one of those fragrances that made me want to diversify my own fragrance wardrobe a bit more than it already was. Instead of having 4, 5, 6 fragrances at that point, it started to evolve beyond into the double-digit range of different fragrances at all times in my fragrance wardrobe. This is one that should be, in my personal opinion, at least a small amount, at least a few sprays every summer in every man's fragrance wardrobe, because this is so widely loved that you can't go wrong with it. It's never a bad time for this one. You can wear this one out on a date in the summer. It can be your daytime scent. It can be your work scent. It don't matter. This will work. This is a great addition to your summer fragrance wardrobe, a staple for your summer fragrance wardrobe, in my personal opinion. And that's the original Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. Speaking of originals, some of you may think I'm going to go Chrome Extreme here. No, no, no. We're talking about the original Azzaro Chrome, the ultimate shower gel scent. There is no better shower gel scent, in my opinion. This is iconic. This has spawned a ton of great flankers in its own line, which is why I said you would probably expect me to do Chrome Extreme, because I think it's the best version of Chrome. But this is a little bit fresher and not quite that oceanic appeal. It has a similarity. Extreme has a similarity to Acqua di Gio Profondo. We already have that similar scent profile here. The best version is Acqua di Gio Profondo. But to kind of give a little bit more diversity, we needed a really good shower gel scent. And in my opinion, like I said, there's none better. The original Azzaro Chrome is the ultimate shower gel scent. You get performance. It's recognizable. It pulls compliments. It's got this beautiful, sharp, metallic citrus smell. It's clean and musky. Soapy shower gel, like I said, with character. Some may deem it a little bit more on the basic side. I can understand where they're coming from, but I come from the era of when this was crazy popular when it first came out. I come from that era. I was a teenager when this fragrance came out, and a very young teen, almost a teen. But its heyday, its main heyday, was when I was a young man, and I remember how wildly popular this was. And even to this day, I've had former coworkers that this is their signature scent because it just works. Once you find that one fragrance that's just clean, fresh, and you just feel like you can spray it on for anything, you stick with it. And Azzaro Chrome is one of those fragrances. Like I said, in this particular video topic, something I feel every guy should have. Every guy should have that, just one. You don't need a bunch of them. I mean, I have a bunch of them, but you don't need a bunch of them. Of that clean shower gel scent. Just smells like fresh, clean soap. Shower gel, blue shower gel you think of, your Axe shower gels and Dove for Men and so on. Like I said, this is the ultimate. If you're only going to get one shower gel scent, you might as well get the greatest one ever created. My opinion, of course, but I'm sure a lot will agree with me when it comes to Azzaro's Chrome, the original. An all-time summer great, a summer legend, is Ralph Lauren's Polo Blue. Came out in 2002, been out for a few decades now. Many iterations have come out since that fragrance, and they're all good fragrances. I don't think there's a bad fragrance in the line. But the ultimate, in my opinion, I've said this before, just like I said about Acqua di Gio Profondo, if Polo Blue was a brand new fragrance line, the first fragrance out, in my opinion, would be Polo Deep Blue Parfum. This is a modern blue fragrance. This takes Polo Blue into the modern day. You take Polo Blue's DNA, you take Dior Sauvage, and you take some fresh green cypress. Boom, here you go. Polo Deep Blue Parfum. Man, it's a solid performer. It's a great compliment getter, and it's a mega versatile fragrance, even more versatile than Acqua di Gio Profondo, because there's just something about it, that ambroxan feel that it has with the cypress, the way that blends together. You really can't go wrong here. It provides this fresh green aspect without it being too much of a shower gel scent, because heavy ambroxan is known to give a shower gel smell. And admittedly, there is some shower gel scent going on here. Not near as much as Azzaro Chrome, which we just finished speaking of. But I really feel like a version of Polo Blue is an essential in every man's summer wardrobe. If you're only going to get 2 or 3 fragrances out of this, I think a version of Polo Blue needs to be one of them. It's iconic in my mind. It really is. And I think this is the ultimate version. Though, like I said, I think every Polo Blue, every iteration, is at least a very good fragrance, or at least better than good. You know, from the EDT, EDP, Gold Blend, Polo Sport. I've never tried red, white, and blue. I never will. And then the new Parfum. They're all very good fragrances, in my opinion. But if you're just going to grab one, this is the best performing of the group, because I know performance is very important to a lot of people. It's the most modern smelling. It's the most appealing to others. It's just the one that checks all the boxes. If you're looking for that one mass appealing fragrance that's got the essential Polo Blue timeless scent profile that's made it a summer legend and gives it that little something extra, this is it. You're going to want Polo Deep Blue Parfum from Ralph Lauren. We're talking summer essentials, something every guy should have. You need that one fragrance that's perfect for vacation time. This is another one of those topics that I've covered recently, and this fragrance was featured in it because it's one of the main fragrances for said topic about vacations. We're talking about Tommy Bahama Set Sail St. Barts. It's cheap. It's a frickin' margarita on the rocks. I don't know what's up with my camcorder. Maybe it's because of the lighting. It's not wanting to focus so easily. Now it's focusing. Very strange. This is an older bottle. That's why the font's a little bit different on the print on the bottom. It just says Tommy Bahama. Newer ones say St. Barts. I believe with some lines and stuff like that. This is so good. This is so good. Big hit of lime, tequila, salt. It's a little it's like got this warm boozy feel from this tequila note. It's really freaking good, guys. I've always liked this one. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but for $20, I can't think of a better vacation in a bottle type of scent. I just can't. It's a great alternative, not in scent profile, just in vibe, to Creed's Virgin Island Water. Like I said, not in scent profile, just in vibe. They have a similar vibe. Hell, honestly, this performs a little bit better, or at least as good as that. It's $20. $20. Like I said, margarita on the rocks. This really puts me on vacation, having a drink at the bar on the beach. This is one of those fragrances. I really feel like everybody needs that one fragrance that puts you in that tropical beach mindset that you can take with you on said beach vacation, because summertime, it's beach vacation season. A lot of people, whether with friends or with family, are hitting the beaches at least for a couple of days during the summer month stretch. And like I said, for the price, I can't think of a better vacation fragrance, honestly, than Tommy Bahama Set Sail St. Barts. Next, probably the best cheap aquatic money can buy. And there's not even really a lot of aquatic notes, but it definitely smells aquatic. It's one of the highest selling cheap fragrances of all time for a reason. We're talking about Nautica's Voyage. You cannot go wrong here, in my opinion. This is just iconic. The hype is real in this one. Admittedly, not every single person's going to like every single fragrance that most like. I get it. But sub $20 price point, again, difficult to beat. Green apple, very watery. It's a very clean, watery smell. Touch of white florals, clean musk, light touch of woods in the backdrop. It's nothing crazy complex. It's more simple in its design overall. Decent performer. 6-hour range on my skin. Pretty loud in the first hour to hour and a half. This is one that'll reach out and grab somebody. It's Nautica's most iconic, best-selling fragrance for a reason. It spawned a bunch of solid fragrances in its line, but none can hold a candle to the original. This is one of those situations where the original is night and day better than all of its flankers. Like I said, there's a reason this thing's hyped up. This is a must-have for summer. This is a must-have, in my opinion, everybody's collection. I don't care if you have 5 fragrances or 500 fragrances or 5,000 fragrances. There's room in everybody's collection for this, especially if you're very seasonal like I am, seasonal and situational to a fault at times for myself. You can just wear it in the summer, which is pretty much what I do because it shines in the heat. One of the best cheap summer fragrances that every guy should have. Nautical Voyage. Last but most certainly not least, we're going back to the well. This is a second fragrance from one brand in the video. At first, when I put this together, I actually had 3 fragrances from this brand, and I felt like, no, the 2 most summer appropriate will be enough. I don't need to have Dylan Blue because I really wanted to have Versace Pour Homme, because we already had Versace Man Eau Fraiche, but why this over Dylan Blue? Why? Well, This is so much fresher and cleaner. This is one of those inoffensive, clean soap type of fragrances that doesn't smell like shower gel. The reason it's so soapy is because of that beautiful hit of neroli. It's a white floral soapy tone. This is an elegant, slightly classy, inoffensive, super clean fragrance. I felt like it really has a spot in my wardrobe every summer. I strictly wear this one in the summer, and I feel like it's great for every guy to have. This is a timeless classic, more so than Versace Dylan Blue, because we already had two blue fragrances like that have a similarity to Versace Dylan Blue. They do the same job. In this video, I felt like 3 of them was a little much. I didn't want to make it just a straight up blue fragrance video. We have some light blues, we have some aquatics. I understand they all have some form of blue going with them, but this is probably the most unique of the clean fragrances that are in this video because of that white floral neroli hit. There's some citrus at the top. There's some woods in the backdrop. It's a little creamy. Don't get me wrong. There's other things providing that level of character that I think is special about this one, but it's that neroli. If you don't like neroli, you won't like this. And when I say white floral, no, it doesn't smell like a bouquet of flowers. It does not smell girly. It does smell like a nice, clean, white Oxford type of attire, though. It smells nice and clean. You can wear this with a t-shirt, sure, but as far as work fragrances in the summertime, this is, look, a lot of people have called Prada L'Homme the king of the office. I think this is the king of the office. This is the most clean and inoffensive, professional-smelling, warm weather fragrance I have ever put on my skin. That's why I felt like this deserved a spot in this video topic, because I feel like it's an essential. Just because it's summertime doesn't mean you're not going to work. And honestly, especially if you're in an office environment, this is the best summer office fragrance money can buy, because it's so clean, so inoffensive, so fresh, so enjoyable, and still quite affordable. One that every man should have in their fragrance wardrobe for summer, Versace Homme. Well, that's the 10 that I have for you today. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you guys have all 10 of these fragrances? How many of you guys have none of the 10 of these fragrances? I'd like to know what either sparked your interest, what you do like, what you don't like, what you do have, what you don't have. I'd love to read about it in the comments. Because honestly, there's other fragrances that could have went in this video topic, but I really wanted to cover a variety of reasons on why I think every guy should have these. When I say every guy should have these, no, I don't literally mean you have to have all 10. It's mainly finding 2 or 3 that really suit what you're doing in the summer. Do you need that vacation fragrance? Do you need that clean work fragrance? Do you need those do-it-all blues? We've got a little bit of everything, and I really think there's something for everybody for your summer wardrobe, that at least one of these, every guy should have at least one of these. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of them and you give it a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.